Hello, my name is Attorney Brandy Estelle from Estelle and Kennedy, a professional law corporation. I am going to speak with you briefly about the differences between the different types of probate cases that a person may have. In probate, you may be involved in a decedent's estates matter. You may be involved in a trust administration matter. You may be involved in a conservatorship matter, or you may be involved in a guardianship matter. Let me explain the differences between those four types of probate cases. Let's start with guardianship. Guardianship matters are cases that involve minors. If you have a child that is receiving a large payment, be a settlement or maybe a life insurance policy that the child is a beneficiary of, you may need to, most likely you will need to, file a guardianship of the estate of that child. Estelle and Kennedy can assist you with the filing of a guardianship of the estate. Now, if that minor has parents or doesn't have parents, and someone other than the child's biological parent is going to have the custody, care, and control of that child, that individual would need to file in the probate court what's called a guardianship of the person. And that would give them basic custodial rights, what we call custodial rights. The guardian of the person of the minor would have the right to make the decisions about the health, education, and welfare of the child, and they would also have the physical custody, care, and control of that child. So you have the guardianship of the estate and the guardianship of the person, and those are the types of guardianship cases that one may need to file in probate court. There is another type of probate action called a conservatorship action. Now, a conservatorship action is similar to the guardianship in the sense that you can have a conservatorship of the estate, and you can also have a conservatorship of the person. Now, in a conservatorship of the estate, you would be filing a probate action to give the person who's filing, or someone else, the authority to manage the financial affairs of an elderly person or someone who has been deemed incapacitated and is unable to take care of themselves. You can also have a conservatorship of the person, and that will allow the filer the authority to decide on where the conservatee would live, and they'd be in charge of the health care and, similar to the guardianship, the physical care and control of the elderly individual or the individual who has been deemed incapacitated and unable to take care of themselves. So that covers two of the four types of probate actions that are generally filed in the courts. That would cover conservatorship and would cover the guardianship. There are two other primary types of cases that generally are filed in probate court as well. You've got decedent's estates and you've got trust administration. Let's talk briefly about decedent's estates. A decedent's estates action is filed in the probate court where an individual has a will, they've passed away, and their will needs to be probated. There are also times where there are assets that need to be distributed to heirs, assets of a decedent, and that decedent passed away without a will. That would be called a decedent died intestate. That means without a will. There would also be a filing if the decedent passed away with significant assets and no estate planning documents to authorize the distribution of those assets without court intervention. So those are the instances where one may need to file a decedent's estates action, which is commonly called a probate action. The final general type of probate action is called trust administration. There are times when you may have all of the estate planning that one thought they may need. However, because beneficiaries don't always get along, although a decedent may have a trust, there may be a dispute between beneficiaries or co-trustees about the administration of that trust. And if there is a dispute about the administration of the trust, including the distribution of the trust, then any interested party can file what we call the trust administration probate action. So that covers the 4 areas of general probate filings. If you need any assistance in any of those areas, Estelle and Kennedy has a number of attorneys that can assist you with all of your probate matters and all of your probate needs. You can give us a call between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. any day at 909-608-0466. We do have offices in Upland, in Los Angeles, and in Orange County. And if you dial that number, you will be routed to the office of your choice. Thank you for listening today, and we look forward to hopefully serving you in the near future if you need assistance in any of these types or any other matter. Thanks again.